We welcome you into our broadcast this evening from the Schneider Triton Center on the campus of Notre Dame Academy, between the visiting Pulaski Red Raiders and the host Notre Dame Academy Tritons in this WIAA boys basketball regional semifinal matchup. Hi everyone, I'm Joey Bonadonna alongside this evening Dominic D'Angelo. Dom, welcome to the broadcast booth.
Appreciate it, Joey, glad to be here.
So the Tritons come to this one, the #1 seed in the in the Section 2A of Division II play in this part of the Division II bracket. The Red Raiders are the 8th seed. They defeated Green Bay West on Tuesday to get here today, but the Tritons will start their pursuit of the gold ball at the Kohl Center tonight on their home floor. We'll start with the starting lineups first from the visiting Red Raiders of Pulaski. A 6'1 senior number 11, Joseph Hasser. A 6'1 junior number 13, Gatlin Robidek. A 5'10 junior number 15, Derek Shaw. A 5'10 junior number 23, Brady Wotruba. And a 6'2 sophomore number 33, Dylan Dorn. As for the Tritons, they'll roll out a lineup starting with a 6'1 junior number 1, Emmett Lawton. A 6'1 senior number 3, Chris Mitchell. A 6' senior number 4, Daniel Hornacek. A 6'2 senior number 21, Keegan King. And a 6'6 senior number 33, Luke Warden. Again, Lawton, Mitchell, Hornacek, King, and Warden for the Tritons. And for the Red Raiders, Hasser, Robidek, Shaw, Wotruba, and Dorn. Starting lineups just about wrapping up. Tritons swept the season series of the Red Raiders in the FRCC for conference play. They placed second in the FRCC. For the Red Raiders, they finished confirming here. They finished tied for last in the FRCC with a 6-18 overall record and a 2-16 conference record. The Tritons had a 15-3 conference record. So it'll be Warden and Dorn, two players donning the number 33, taking the tip for their respective sides. Dorn started way too early on that one.
It's that tournament excitement right there. Both teams fired up, and in tournaments like these, you throw conference records and records out the window.
Warden easily wins the tip on the second throw up, and the Tritons start offensively. Mitchell in the corner, kicks to King underneath. King backing down, left hand, has a strip by Dorn, recovers, goes up with the right, no good. Tipped out to the corner, out of bounds. It'll stay Notre Dame ball. Nice hustle that play there by Emmett Lawton to keep that one alive. Robidek went over to try and save it, was unable to do so. We remain in a 0-0 ball game. Tritons still with possession. Hornacek swings to King. Now Warden in the far corner. Hornacek jab steps, kicked to King. King feeds to Warden, out of bounds, and it'll be Pulaski ball. An early turnover, and on the first possession for Notre Dame.
Like we said in the open, just those early tournament nerves, just got to get the first couple possessions under your belt, and then you feel confident the rest of the game.
Derek Shaw, the leading scorer here for this Pulaski group. Handles the ball, kicks it to Brady Wotruba. This one loose. Lawton credited with the steal, feeds to Chris Mitchell, goes up with the right and finishes. We have our first points of the night. Chris Mitchell recently scoring his 1,000th career point in the win last week over Southwest on senior night. That one stolen by Emmett Lawton. He is on a wide open breakaway, goes up with the right and finishes. Early 4-0 lead here for Notre Dame, and a very quick timeout by head coach Dave Shaw of Pulaski. We will take a timeout with the action, a 30-second timeout. Coach Shaw not too happy with his group. 4-0 Notre Dame out of the gate, 16:46 to go here in the first. You're watching Notre Dame basketball on Triton Sports Network here on YouTube. back out of timeout. The inbound goes to Wotruba, but he is met with some pressure here by Chris Mitchell. Wotruba flips to Robidek, who flips to Shaw. Shaw pulls up, first shot attempt of the night. He gets his own offensive rebound and recovers. That's going to be a key for the Tritons in their postseason stretch. They cannot be dominated on the glass. Well, poked loose there by Lawton. Shaw has that pass kicked by Keegan King, so it'll be a dead ball.
Tried to hit the rolling man underneath for an easy layup right there.
Wotruba inbounds to Robidek, who kicks to Shaw. He'll fire the three. That one is long. Chris Mitchell hauls in the rebound. If you give Shaw those threes, he will take them. Usually he makes them. That one did not fall on that one. Kick to Lawton in the corner from Hornacek. Lawton jab steps, goes up with the right block. No, a foul. Pulaski not a fan of that one. Emmett Lawton going to the line to shoot 2 free throws. It is Robidek picking up the foul. And Lawton will go to the line. Good on the first from Lawton. He's now at 3 with 3 of the 5 points Notre Dame has scored thus far. Lawton no good on the second. Had a couple bounces and rolled out.
Tritons keeping with the pressure look early.
Swung over to Dorn up top. Now Shaw. Shaw to Hasser, who was hot in the regional quarterfinal win over Green Bay West with a trio of threes. Shaw picked up by the Conference Defensive Player of the Year, Daniel Hornacek. He'll be tasked with keeping Shaw in check in this one. Down low to Dorn, working against Warden. Warden kicks out to Hasser. Pulaski, they're willing to take time off the clock on the possessions that they get. Notre Dame just has to stay alive and stay with it. Nice active hands there from Mitchell as the pass is swung to Shaw. Hornacek up in his grill. Down low, Wotruba goes up with an easy right hand. And Pulaski with their first points of the night, back to a one-possession contest.
It's a nice backdoor pass on the high post.
Kick out to Hornacek. He looks to drive, loses the handle on it, out of bounds. Another turnover here by Notre Dame early on. 14:33 to go, low scoring start to the contest. 5-2 is our score. Hornacek on Shaw. Swung over to Dorn. Again, they'll take. As there goes Dylan Dorn. Just as I was about to say, they'll take a lot of time on their possessions. Dorn found a wide open basket to the bucket. As Mitchell pulls up in the opposite end, no good. Out of bounds off of Dorn. So it'll stay Notre Dame possession. Pulaski on a 4-0 run after Notre Dame got out to a 5-0 lead. Pass inside to Lawton, goes up with the right, a little bit of contact, no foul, but an offensive rebound by Lawton. Saves it, no, he was on the line, out of bounds. It'll be Pulaski ball.
Had a pretty good look off the pass there from Wharton.
Derek Shaw running the point for the Red Raiders. Averaged about 18 points a contest this season for Pulaski. An honorable mention nod in the FRCC All-Conference voting. Kick out to Hasser, now Dorn. Dorn has it poked by King, and a foul. It looked like King received most of the brunt of that contact, but he will pick up the foul. It is the first towards Notre Dame and King's first personal. Inbound to Robidak. Trying to go for the lead. Has a block from behind by Warden. The tallest man on the floor makes the big play defensively for Notre Dame. Kick to Warden. Loses the handle on it. Pulaski wanted to travel. Mitchell pulls up from mid-range. Can't knock it down. A rebound by Brady Wotruba. Red Raiders had numbers. Now kick to Shaw in the corner for three. That one good. And the Red Raiders have a 7-5 advantage. Tritons trying to go up tempo. Mitchell turns around, mid-ranger, knocks it down. And we're back to a tie contest, 7-all. Chris Mitchell now with 4. Wotruba pushing off a little bit. Hornacek comes away with the ball, going up, transition layup, left hand is good. 9-7.
Excellent defense that time from Keegan King.
Hornacek with his first bucket of the night. And the Tritons back with the lead. Shaw almost loses it there, able to recover. Wotruba to Robidak, now Hasser. Shaw almost pulled the fire, and on that three-point attempt, down low, loose. That's going to be out of bounds off Dylan Dorn. Another turnover from both sides in this one. A timeout to have Robidak tie his shoe. Under 12 minutes to go here in the first half, a third of the way through this first frame. Warden to
nice
Mitchell,
pass.
excuse me, to Lawton to King, who has a blocked out of bounds.
Those are the looks that you want, though. Good cut from Emmett Lawton and the pass underneath.
Mitchell will inbound to Warden. Feeds it to Lawton, a little
Another
bit of
good
contact. No foul, but Lawton able to keep it alive and finish. It's 11-7. Notre Dame back with a 2-possession lead. And we'll have some substitutions at the next dead ball. Henry Weber will be the sixth man for the Tritons. And a travel. Robidak, a little bit of a square dance there, and that's going to be an easy travel. It'll be Colin Schultz, the 6-foot freshman, checking in. The fourth leading scorer of this Red Raiders squad, and Henry Weber checking in for Daniel Hornacek for the Tritons. Down low to King. He was held a little bit there, but the pass goes out of bounds. He tried to save it, and he will be credited with the turnover.
So far, the officials letting him play. This is what tournament play is all about, that physicality that you have to endure to score a basket.
It's 1-1 in the foul category right now. 11-7 on the scoreboard in favor of Notre Dame. Under 11 minutes to go here in the first half. Wotruba picked up by Mitchell. Feeds it over to Robidak. Schultz against Weber. Now Dorn driving on Warden. Kick to the corner. Schultz driving, pulls up in the lane there. 11-9. Pulaski hanging in there early on in this one. Mitchell pulls up deep mid-ranger. Can't get that one to fall. Warden hauls in the offensive rebound. Kick to Lawton in the corner. He'll fire the three. That one good. 14-9 the score. Emmett Lawton up to 8 points offensively for the Tritons. We'll get a chance to see another freshman at the next dead ball. Andrew Rader will check in. Tritons with a 5-point lead here on the Red Raiders. Dorn driving, a timeout called by Dave Shaw. I believe it'll be a full timeout. He was almost at half court trying to call that timeout. We'll take a timeout with the action. 14-9 with under 10 minutes to go in the first half. Notre Dame with the advantage. You're watching Notre Dame basketball on Triton Sports Network here on YouTube. Back from timeout here at the Triton Center. Andrew Rader checks in. Luke Warden takes a seat. It'll be interesting to see Rader, the freshman, likely going to take on a big role next year as a foul will go on Rader.
Got caught with his hands on the guy right there.
Hornacek will check in for Lawton. So on the floor now for the Tritons will be Mitchell, Hornacek, Weber, Rader, and King. 2 fouls now against Notre Dame. Kick to Dorn as he loses the handle on it, regains possession, blocked by Rader. Kick to Hornacek, down low to King. King pump fakes, tries to go baseline, now back into the lane. Spinning, feeds to Rader. Rader goes up with the right, no good. High up in the air. I believe Notre Dame want a foul, they will not get it. Letting him play as 3 total fouls have been called in the first half of the first half. Kick to Dorn, now Shaw coming off of a screen. Back to Otruba, now Schultz.
Trying to get that matchup with Rader in the post.
Schultz jab steps, gets to Shaw. Shaw, tight defense there from Hornacek. Otruba fires from 3, that one long. And the rebound goes through the legs of Rader. Mitchell draws the foul from Dorn.
Pulaski foul, Dylan Dorn. His first.
So 2 fouls apiece on each side. Dorn picks up his first. No one really in foul trouble thus far. Rader to Weber. Mitchell coming off the screen. Mitchell is fouled. Coach Shaw does not like it. It'll go against his son, Derek. Team's third, his first. Inbound to Rader. He is fouled on his way up. I believe it'll go against Dorn. That is the call. It'll be Dorn's second.
Pulaski foul. Dylan Dorn quickly picking up his second. Shooting 2.
Dorn, one of the few players over 6'1" on this roster. Rader misses the first. And Samuel Norman will check in, the sophomore. Rader at the free throw line, trying to go 1 for 2. Shaw entered the lane.
He's gonna get another shot.
Yeah, it got called. And it banks in. So he gets his first postseason point in his career with 15-9. As our score with about 8 minutes and change to go here in the first. Flip to Otruba. Hornacek picks him up. Schultz Almost stolen by Mitchell on the floor. Weber coming away with it, and a jump ball. Possession arrow pointing towards Pulaski. Joseph Hoster checks back in. He is the lone senior on this Pulaski roster. So for a team that finished last in the FRCC, they've got a lot of returners next year. A lot of youth that'll be interesting to see next season. Shaw kicks to Schultz. Schultz to Hosser. Pulaski again willing to move around the perimeter until they find the look they want as Wotruba comes open for three, knocks it down. Back to a one-possession game, Brady Wotruba. He's up to 5. Inside to King, and a foul. The foul will go against Gatlin Robidak. His first and team's, his second and team's 5th. Lawton pulls up from mid-range, can't knock it down. Had some tight handles on that one to spring open. Wotruba kicks to Hosser. Now Schultz on the near side. Shaw up top. They like to work the top point and then the wings. As Hornacek almost jumps that one, they're gonna have to recover. Wotruba driving to the basket, finishes. It's back to a one-point ball game. Under 7 to go. Mitchell and Warden will check in at the next dead ball. Hornacek goes up with the right, no good. Shaw controls the rebound. Schultz for 3, good. Timeout Notre Dame. Pulaski with a 2-point lead. 6:29 to go in the first. Timeout called by Notre Dame. A 30-second timeout. We will take a timeout quickly with the action. 17-15 to go. You're watching Notre Dame basketball on Triton Sports Network here on YouTube. Back from timeout here at the Triton Center. Pulaski with a 2-point lead over number 1 seed Notre Dame. They've got mostly starters out there, except Max Augustine is in the spot that Keegan King would be in. Warden to Augustine, trying to find an open option, has Hornacek. Warden flips to Lawton. He'll drive to the rim, goes up high, up off the glass, no good. Out of bounds. Pulaski gains possession. Under 6 minutes to go here in the first.
Really good job taking away those back cuts on that possession.
A low-scoring first half, only 17-15. Almost stolen there by Mitchell. Shaw crosses over, driving to the lane, kicks out to Robidak, jump stops, goes up, foul, no basket, a travel before the foul. Pulaski does not like it. Mitchell underneath the basket. Contact, blocked by Schultz, poked loose on the ground, and a jump ball going back to Notre Dame.
Jump ball possession stays in the hands of Notre Dame.
Mitchell from three, no good. Lawton against Shaw, swung over to Schultz. Shaw wide open for three, just rattles out. Warden hauls in the rebound. Mitchell trying to go coast to coast, and no shots as the foul called on the floor. It'll be the team's sixth for Pulaski.
Pulaski foul. Brady Watchuba. And that is his first.
Inbound to Augustine, goes up, easy bucket. Tied up 17 apiece. Max Augustine with an easy bunny there from the block. Back all tied up at 17 apiece. Mitchell keeps trying to jump that pass, and he keeps coming up just short, and an easy bucket there from Robidak. Pulaski back with the lead. Warden, no good. Offensive rebound, no good. Offensive rebound by Augustine. He's trying to get it out, gets it to Warden. Pass stolen by Wotruba. Wotruba to Shaw for three. Off the mark, rebounded by Hornacek. Tritons just have to find their groove.
Been a little shaky on the last couple possessions offensively.
Down by 2 to number 8 seed Pulaski. Warden on the ground. Loose. Loose again, and another jump ball.
Boy, they're hitting down low.
Going towards Pulaski. Keegan King will check in for Chris Mitchell.
Keegan King, number 21.
Shaw against Lawton. Almost stolen there by Hornacek.
They've been close a few times tonight.
Had a couple early on, but since then, they're just coming up late on those passes. Wotruba to Hasser. A lot of time coming off the clock. Wotruba to Schultz. Back to Wotruba. Now Hasser in the corner. Lots of time coming off this clock. They've possessed the ball for feels like almost 2 minutes now. Shaw kicks to the corner. Robidak to the corner. Wotruba for three. Just rattles out, and Warden hauls in the rebound. A long sequence of passes ends up with no points for Pulaski. Augustine for three. Good! The junior Max Augustine gives the Tritons the lead with under 2 minutes to go.
Big time shot right there.
Robidak almost stolen there by King. Schultz for three. That one off the mark. Offensive rebound. Shaw to Robidak. Pass gets back to Wotruba under 90 seconds to go. Poked loose by Hornacek. Recovered there by Schultz. Schultz driving, puts up the floater, no good. Offensive rebound by Hasser. Loose, Shaw recovers, closing in on a minute to go. Inside, Wotruba, no good. Stuffed by the undercarriage of the rim there. Tritons have the ball with under a minute to go. Hornacek to King, deep mid-range, good. That's his shot, gives the Tritons a 3-point lead. Inbound to Shaw, under 40 seconds to go here in the first. Pulaski definitely looking to try and take the last shot. Almost jumped there by King. Robidek to Hasser, finishes. Well, Tritons get an opportunity here, 22-21. Lawton poked loose. Augustine fires the three, good! Max Augustine! As time expires here in the first half. He's got 8. Tied for the lead in scoring for the Tritons, and we have reached halftime. A close first half, but Notre Dame, behind a couple of clutch threes by Max Augustine, has a 25-21 lead. We'll take a timeout, 10 minutes until the second half. We'll be back with scores from the first half. You're watching Notre Dame basketball on Triton Sports Network here on YouTube. back, almost ready here for the second half. We'll update you on scores here from the first half. Emmett Lawton and Max Augustine both with 8 for Notre Dame. Chris Mitchell with 4, Daniel Hornacek with 2, Keegan King with 2, and Andrew Rader with 1. And for the Red Raiders, they're led by Brady Wotruba. He has 7. Derek Shaw held the 3 in the first half. Colin Schultz with 5. Gatlin Robidak with 2. Also Joseph Hasser with 2. We'll see what both sides will roll out to start the second half. I believe all starters will be on the floor. Notre Dame with a 4-point lead here at half. Similar games going on between Seymour and Oshkosh North, as Seymour only has a 5-point lead over Seymour at half. So will be interesting going into tomorrow, as the winners of those two games will face off against each other, either here at the Triton Center at Oshkosh North or at Seymour High School. Tritons start with possession to start the second half, as they did in the first. Lawton caught in a trap, feeds to King. Biting on the pump fake was Dorn, and Keegan King drops in that easy floater. And the Tritons open up the scoring here in the second half. They lead 27-21 now. Shaw working against Hornacek. Shaw comes right off of the give and go, no good. Lawton driving baseline, feeds to Warden, pass was tipped. King shoots the deep 2, cannot connect, and Derek Shaw hauls in the rebound. Not even a minute gone by here in the second half.
It's going to be interesting to see how Pulaski plays this on the offensive end. A really slow pace in the first half.
Shaw to Dorn, now Hasser. That pass almost tipped by Lawton. Shaw comes open, he fires the 3, that one short, and King hauls in the rebound. Derek Shaw held to only 3 points so far in the contest. He's taken a lot of shots, just not falling for him in this part of the contest. Mitchell no good. Warden on the offensive rebound and the putback. 29-21, Notre Dame out to a good start here in the second half. Now up by 8.
Right place, right time that time for Wharton getting the Mitchell miss. Pretty easy layup for him.
Hasser up top. Screen, Dorn easy down the lane. No good, missed the wide open layup. Behind the back pass to Lawton. Hornacek to Mitchell. Puts up the floater. Cannot connect. Offensive rebound. Goes up off the glass and finishes. Tritons with a double-digit lead out of the half now. And a timeout called by Derek Shaw. Tritons lead 31-21. This will be a full timeout. We will take it with the action. 15:42 to go here in the second half. Tritons now lead by 10. You're watching Notre Dame basketball on Triton Sports Network here on YouTube. Back from timeout. Well, it looks like Chris Mitchell tried to maybe steal a possession there. Did not succeed. It'll be Pulaski ball. Tritons with a little bit of pressure here. Truba beats the press. Feed to Hasser. Pass a little low for Dorn. Robidek was wide open underneath the basket and reacted accordingly when he did not get that pass. Dorn up top. Shaw almost cuts the basket there. Pass does not end up going his way. That one out of bounds, and it's going Notre Dame's way. Pulaski thinks that one was tipped. And I waited a long time to use this one. Pulaski student section giving the officials an alternative to manure on that one. Loose, refs letting him play on. And well, just as I say it, a foul against Emmett Lawton. It's his first and team's first.
His first.
Tritons still up by 10 with under 15 minutes to go here in regulation. Shaw works his way back to the center line. Guarded by Hornacek. Dorn to Shaw. Driving baseline pass stolen by Lawton. He'll look to turn on the Jets. Coast to coast. King, a deep two. Cannot get it to bounce in. Mitchell for three. Cannot finish. King on the offensive putback. No good. Another offensive rebound. King trying to break free. He does. Feeds to Warden. Warden, an offensive foul. Wow. And for letting them play on, that is a
tough call to make right there.
Yes. I mean, that's just a decent post up. Not an aggressive charge on that one at all. Passer to Truba. Shaw coming off the screen, does not fire the three. And a foul going against Mitchell. That'll be his first. Team's third. Just under 14 minutes to go. Out of bounds. Staying with Pulaski. Shaw spinning. Nice shot. Does not fall. It's just been one of those nights for Derek Shaw.
Tough rim right there.
Pass. There was contact. No foul against Robidek. The pass was going for Keegan King. Contact was made. And no foul. Truly just letting them play on, except for certain circumstances where the whistle ends up being blown. And Hornacek reaches around on that one. That one was a foul. It's going to be his first. So the good thing for Notre Dame is that I don't think there's anyone with over one foul. Bad thing is now you're up to 4 team fouls early on here in the second half. So free throws might be coming up soon. Boy. High up off the glass. Robidek. And the first basket of the second half for the Red Raiders.
Pretty good defense on that
King
possession
to
right there.
Warden, fouled, and 2 shots coming up here for Luke Warden. First foul of the second half going against Pulaski. And Wotruba picks up his second. So Robidek and Wotruba with 2. That's about it. Good on the first there from Warden. 32-23. Triton lead is 9. And no good on the second, so it'll stay a 9-point lead. Pass to Norman. Try to go inside there for Shaw. Now Shaw fires the 3. That one short, no good. Warden hauls in the rebound. Derek Shaw, just a tough night shooting the basketball. Don't have the exact shooting numbers on him, but only 3 points for him.
That's some pretty good looks.
And that one's gonna be in and 1. Emmett Lawton. Samuel Norman picks up the foul, and Lawton's gonna get an opportunity to make this now a 12-point lead.
Into the win for the Red Raiders is Colin Schultz.
No good off on the first, still loose, but Robidek hauls in the rebound and moves it to Derek Shaw. Shaw lowering his head. Tight handles from Derek Shaw. Inside, Wotruba beats Mitchell, doesn't get it to fall once again. Lots of rough misses tonight. Kick out to Lawton. He'll drive, beats to Warden, fouled on his way up. It's going to be second on Norman.
Pulaski foul, Samuel Norman.
Warden will get 2 shots. And long on the first.
You got to make these in games like this where good looks are hard to come by. Sometimes shots are just off.
Knocks down the second. So in the last couple trips down the floor, Warden 2 for 4 from the free throw line. He's up to 4 offensively. Tritons have done a really good job defensively. Only 2 points allowed here to the Red Raiders so far in the second half. Shaw against Hornacek. Robidek back to Shaw. Shaw driving, kicks to Schultz in the corner. He fires the 3. That one good. Colin Schultz had a wide open 3. Lead now down to 9. Lawton through the contact. No foul, no bucket. 35-26. Shaw turning on the Jets. That one tipped by a sea of hands. Here comes Hornacek on the breakaway. Foul, no foul, but the bucket does count. That one almost looked scary as Hornacek was up in the air and Norman was closing in. Schultz wide open again in the corner for 3. He converts. The freshman. I think he's up to 11. Indeed, he is. He's a freshman chance coming for Colin Schultz. King spinning, has it stripped away by Shaw. He goes down. Wotruba sets and fires the 3. It's good. The lead quickly, now down to 5. And the Red Raiders are right back in this one. 10:25 to go in regulation. A full timeout called by Notre Dame. Will take a timeout with the actions. 37-32, Notre Dame with the lead. You're watching Notre Dame basketball on Triton Sports Network here on YouTube. back from timeout. Notre Dame with possession of the basketball, up 5, but the Red Raiders on a big run. Just a few minutes ago, they had only had 2 points scored in the first half. Now quickly up to 11. King has an open 3. Electing not to take it, fires over to Mitchell, down low for Warden. Warden going to work, kicks out to Lawton. Back to Mitchell. Lawton. Now to King, another deep 2 from him, no good. And Mitchell was fouled on the rebound. That was a pretty blatant foul. I don't know what the fuss is about. He was very obviously had made contact with the face.
Another anti-ref chant coming from the Pulaski student section.
It's 3 against Wotruba. Weber to Lawton, goes up, blocked. Colin Schultz with the block. Pulaski has numbers, and Robidek finishes 37-34. Mitchell driving in the lane through contact, out of bounds. Max Augustine will check in for Luke Warden. So not a lot of height on the floor for Notre Dame. Inbound to Keegan King. Flip to Mitchell. Augustine can't finish. Another easy bucket down near the rim, squandered. Under 9 minutes to go. Triton lead, which was once 12, is now down to just 3. Daniel Hornacek will check in at the next dead ball. Dorn almost loses the handle. In the corner, Robidek doesn't fire the 3. Wotruba finds Schultz, puts up the floater long, and hauled in by Augustine.
It's really important on those long possessions to make sure to secure the rebound. Good job by Augustine that time.
Mitchell goes up, fouled on the floor. It's going to be the 4th on Wotruba.
Pulaski foul, bringing Wotruba, that is his 4th.
Daniel Hornacek will check in, as does Joseph Hasser. Wotruba in foul trouble. He has 10 points for them tonight. Mitchell wide open the corner for 3. That one good, Chris Mitchell. It's been a relatively quiet night for him until just then. He's now up to 9. 40-34. Tritons with the lead, looking to try and get back on a run. Shaw feeds to Dorn, goes up and finishes. A little bit of contact, no foul. Mitchell trying to turn on the Jets, pulls up for mid-range, can't knock it down. That was a very quick possession and nothing coming out of it. Chris Mitchell just could not knock down that pull-up mid-range. Mitchell almost jumped, oh, and a foul. It's going to be his 2nd, team's 5th.
That's his 2nd,
Lawton will check in for Weber. Shaw look to fire the three, pulls it down, kicks to Schultz. Schultz driving, kick to Hasser. Back to Shaw. Spinning, almost loses the handle on it. Dorn, Hasser in the corner, fires the three, it is short. And Mitchell hauls in the rebound, gets the pass to Hornacek. Hornacek, contact, and one! Daniel Hornacek.
What an athletic finish that time. Falling the other way, able to get enough arc on it to bank it home.
The foul is against Derek Shaw. It'll be his second. And Wotruba is going to check in. Tritons lead by 6. Hornacek knocks down the and one. Oshkosh North starting to pull away from Seymour, now up 42-30 as of a minute ago. The Triton defense can hold. They're going to ride into another regional finals berth. But the upset-minded Pulaski Red Raider, oh, here's a steal here from Mitchell on the breakaway, goes up with the right and finishes. Lead back up to 9. Mitchell almost steals. Shaw comes out to almost half court again and calls a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Tritons lead by 9 with just under 6 minutes to go in this regional semifinal matchup.
They finally jumped one. They've been jumping the pass all night long. Finally paid off that time. Easy 2 for Mitchell.
The Tritons did make the regional finals last year. Lost to Ashwaubenon at Ashwaubenon. They have never been to the sectional round of the playoffs in program history. The Tritons are the #1 seed for the first time since 2002. And if there's a year to do it, it might as well be the first one in the Bobinski era.
Especially with all the experience that they have on this roster.
Yeah, next year you'll have Lawton, Walla team, hopefully back to full health. And hopefully Andrew Rader gets a little bit more experience under his belt and can be varsity ready by next year, but still a good task at hand this year and a good roster for the Tritons. A lot of talent, a lot of all-conference honorees. Shaw spinning in the lane, pulls up, can't knock it down. King hauls in the rebound. Mitchell slows it down. It'll be interesting to see what Shaw shoots tonight when the final stats come out. Mitchell kicks to Lawton, Hornacek. Closing on 5 minutes to go. Pump fake, King, and a foul on the floor, no shot. It is going to go against Robidak. It'll be his third. And the 1-and-1 coming up here for Keegan King.
In a 1+1 bonus opportunity, the shooter being Keegan King. In for the Red Raiders, number 11, Joseph Passer.
King can't knock it down, and Robidak hauls in the rebound. Under 5 minutes to go. Robidek stolen by Mitchell. And a foul, I believe, against Wotruba. That's going to be his 5th. His night is done. He had 10 points tonight. Chris Mitchell will go to shoot the bonus. Dorn will check in for him. The Tritons are able to pull away. It's a good time to do it now without Wotruba. The rest of the contest back to a double-digit lead. And the second one falls. 47-36. Chris Mitchell now with 13, leading the charge for the Tritons. Shaw lowering his head, has a lane and one. Wow. Derek Shaw finally gets that one to fall. And one for Derek Shaw. Foul goes against King, his second. And the second one takes a high bounce and in. Down to an 8-point lead. Tritons are going to have to score as much as they can, because you never know, because Pulaski can score in bunches. We've already seen it in this half alone. King, a deep 2, and he can't knock it down. An offensive rebound there from Augustine, though. Closing it on 4 minutes to go. Mitchell, a mid-range and a foul. 2 shots coming up for Chris Mitchell. The next foul for Pulaski will be the team's 10th.
Shooting 2 is Chris Mitchell.
Good on the first. 48-39.
In games like this, Pulaski's still well within striking distance.
Have to get these 3 points. And the second one does not fall. It would be last touch by Max Augustine, so it'll be Pulaski ball. 4:09 to go. They're down by 9. They can get hot from 3 and get stops. They are not out of it just yet. Shaw kicks to Schultz. Schultz puts up a floater and it falls in. 48-41. Another low-scoring affair in the history of the Notre Dame-Pulaski matchup. They've met each other many times in the playoffs before. Mitchell can't get it to fall. And no, it's going to be a foul against Hornacek. It's going to be his second. Foul is on the floor, but 1-and-1 bonus time for Derek Shaw with under 3.5 minutes to go. Good on the first. Down to a 2-possession lead. Second one, no good. Augustine Hall's in the rebound. He's done a very good job tonight off the bench getting those rebounds.
He has.
King to Mitchell in the corner. Tritons, no clock. just needs to run off. They don't care by how much they win, they just got to win. And right now, getting time off this clock is the best path to victory. And a timeout called by Notre Dame. A full timeout. We will take a timeout with the action. Under 3 minutes to go. Tritons lead 48-42. We'll take a timeout with the action. You're watching Notre Dame basketball on Triton Sports Network here on YouTube. Back from timeout, 48-42. Inbound goes to Hornacek. Checking into the game is Kyle Olson. This is his first game time. The sophomore is being thrown in some of the most important minutes of the season. And a foul against Robidek. It's going to be his fourth, and Lawton will go to the line to shoot the double bonus.
So that's the 10th team foul, so here and now, Tritons will be in a double bonus, shooting 2.
Lawton good.
And Lawton is the shooter.
Lead is back to 7. He goes 2 for 2. Tritons hit 50. They lead by 8.
Man, those were pure right there. Good ball pressure from Hornacek.
Pulaski's got to get their shots to fall. Schultz to Olson. He feeds to Dornbach to Olson. Shaw for 3, and that one's long. Loose ball on the ground. Warden comes away with it. It's going to be a jump ball staying with Pulaski. Exactly 2 minutes left on the clock.
If you're Notre Dame, this is where you have to be your most disciplined defensively. Don't go for any ball fakes.
Inbound to Shaw. He's doubled by Hornacek and King. Now driving Shaw to the basket. Finishes Derek Shaw. He is now up to 9. Lawton to Hornacek. And he is fouled by Schultz. So Hornacek going to the line with under 1:40 to go. You need these free throws. Hornacek good on the first. The second is no good, so still a 7-point game. Shaw to Schultz. He'll drive, has it Well, kicks back to Robidak, drives down the lane, and one. Under 90 seconds to go. Tritons up by 5. Luke Warden's going to check back in for Max Augustine, so all 5 starters back on the floor for Notre Dame. Good on the and one. It's down to a 4-point game. Mitchell gets out of the trap. Lawton is fouled by Shaw. And more free throws coming up.
His third. Shooting 2 is Emmett Lawton.
He knocks it down. Lead back up to 5. Hasser will check back in for Olsen. And Max Augustine will be a late substitution for Luke Warden. He knocks it down. Still a 2-possession game, a 6-point lead for Notre Dame. Shaw through contact, no foul, no bucket. Mitchell fouled by Shaw. It'll be his 4th, and Chris Mitchell back to the free throw line. It's 4 on Derek Shaw. And you have to think if Shaw fouls out, it could be curtains. Mitchell good. Lead back up to 7. The second is good. 55-47. Chris Mitchell with 16 points tonight, leading the Tritons in a couple of clutch free throws when they need them most. Pulaski needs a high-tempo offense. Stolen by Lawton. Lawton draws the foul from Schultz. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. And we are getting down to the foul and free throw game here at the Triton Center. It goes against Schultz. It'll be his 2nd. Good. 56-47. Just under 55 seconds to go. Hasser checks back in for Olsen. And it rolls in. Tritons back to a double-digit lead. Both Lawton and Mitchell with 16 points. Stolen by Lawton. And now time ticking away. Lawton passes to Augustine in the corner. Back to Lawton. Time ticking off. Pulaski not fouling. Finally they foul. And I think it's going to be on Shaw. It's his 5th. His night is over, and now likely his season is over. .2 left to go. He misses the first. Norman checks back in. Lawton hits on the second, 58-47. He now has 17. Under 30 seconds to go. Schultz driving in, blocked by Lawton, no foul. So free throws coming up for the freshman Colin Schultz. He has 13 tonight.
The shooter, Colin Schultz, shooting 2.
Good on the first free throw. 58-48. Second, no good, and Hornacek hauls it in. Time ticking off. Pulaski not fouling. Lawton finally fouled. 4.8 to go.
Pulaski fouling Colin Schultz. Evan Lawton shoots 2.
Lawton good on the first. 59-48. Joseph Hasser will check out for the final time. The lone senior on this Pulaski roster gets a standing O from the Pulaski faithful. Lawton hits 60-48 is the score. Olsen gonna drive in, misses the layup, it's tipped in. The basket will count, but the Tritons will move on to the regional finals. They win this one 60-50, behind 19 points from Emmett Lawton, 16 points from Chris Mitchell. And the Pulaski Red Raiders season comes to an end here at the Triton Center. Well, we'll see you tomorrow night, I believe against Oshkosh North. We'll have coverage here. Game will be at 8 o'clock. Again, final score 60-50. For Principal Patrick Brown, Assistant Principal Greg Masaryk, President Dr. Tom Kiley, Athletic Director Matthew Koenig, Ange Brakarik, Dominic D'Angelo, and Joey Bonadonna. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow night. Go Tritons.